Welcome to episode 3 of the Dealership Download. Today we have our special guest, Wes, aka Ace in the Hole. Wes, to start us off, tell us about who you are and what you do.
I'm Wes Gerhardt, Ace in the Hole. You can find me on all my social platforms. If you look up Ace in the Hole, and it's INN, not IN, whenever you're looking at it. Man, but to break it down, I got in the car business when I was 19, kind of fell into it like everybody else does. I don't think anybody ever really goes to ever look to find a job in the car business. And so I stumbled into it, ended up getting a job offer at Ford, Dodge, Toyota, and Honda. But the Toyota person, he told me, he goes, hey, if you want to work here, you have to wash cars first. You can't come in selling cars. And so naturally I left and I was a little pissed off because that's the one I wanted to go sell. That's what everybody drove. And so I went home and I started having a conversation with my best friend at that point. And I was telling him, I was like, man, this is jacked up. I go, I went, everybody wants to give me a job and they want to tell me I got to go wash cars. And he goes, man, you should think about it and you should pray about it. And so I did, and I took the hard road, and I took the job that I had to start washing cars. And his whole thought process and philosophy behind it is you were going to know every nick and cranny of every car in the lineup. So whenever you were doing your full product presentation, you were able to break everything down to them. Here we are almost 22 years later, and I'm still doing it.
I have a question for you, Ace. Do you get frustrated when did you ever get frustrated when you were in the car business?
Brother, frustration happens daily in the car business, but it's not about the frustration. It's about how you bounce back from it. Because a lot of people take the frustration and they crap themselves out and they don't take a checkup from the neck up before they take their next up. And then they just burn it. And it went no good for anybody because all they did was probably piss the customer off and send them to go buy at another dealership when somebody else could have gotten it and had a quality opportunity with it.
So here's the thing, like we were talking about, you being in the car business and stuff like that. What do you do now?
Man, so after at the beginning of this year, I decided to branch off on my own. What I started to find was middle management was having a hard time being able to relate to their sales professionals in the stores and truly being able to give them the quality training and coaching that they need. Because everything starts with training. No different than if you get in the military. That what do they say you go to at first? You go to basic training. And then as you go on, they start saying you get a mentor and then you start being coached. And so you have to find people in all seasons of life. But nobody could even have a quality one-on-one. Everybody thought a one-on-one was coming over and saying, hey man, what'd you do this weekend? And that's what it was. And that's where the one-on-ones went. It was never about breaking the business down. And it's delegation of time and role clarity. And I think people miss the mark a whole lot. And so that's what I'm in stores helping out with every day.
What made you decide to do your own thing?
I looked at statistics and I know at the end of the day that I'm not going to become a millionaire, much less a multimillionaire, unless I go down the road of entrepreneurship. And so I went down a road that I'm passionate about. I love the car business. I was highly successful in the car business and it treated me phenomenal. And so I keep telling people on the back half of my career, this is my comeback tour to give back to the car business.
What is a idea you have for somebody just starting in the business?
Man, the thing I tell everybody to get started is first off, you have to get curious and you've got to start asking a lot of questions. You've got to start doing a lot of research and you've really got to take a step into the deep waters of really seeing what it entails. Because a lot of people think that they go in, oh, hey, hi, oh, you want to come look at this Corolla? Hey, let's go drive around the block. You want to buy it? Okay, we're done. And that's what people think the car business is. They don't see the grind. They don't see the people getting up and an hour before they're going to work, really planning everything in their head and figuring out, hey, I've got the Johnson delivery at 10:30. I've got training at 11:30. I've got a lunch with a client at 12:15. And then I've got 2 appointments coming in the back half. And that's what people are really thinking about. And then I've got to also set up tomorrow, because if you don't set up tomorrow, you failed the day. And then you ultimately set yourself back a couple of days. And so I encourage everybody, get super curious. I'd say even go sit inside a showroom floor for a day. Just sit there and watch what people are doing, because that's going to open your eyes to a whole lot. Have you seen the salesperson that comes in, starts, he gets his logins, he starts doing his training, goes to lunch, and he never comes back because they didn't have great expectations. And I'll tell you, whoever interviewed them, they didn't lay it out very well. All they did was tell them, hey, we've got people making $12,000, $15,000 a month. What they're not telling you is, hey, that's the top guy that's here. So they're putting it up on a pedestal instead of saying, hey, we've got to ramp you up. And they're shooting straight for the stars. And I'm not saying some people don't have instant success coming into the car business, because I had a phenomenal first month of selling cars. I went north of $10,000. And so it is possible for people. And so, but it's not realistic when you're pitching the job. By lunchtime, you've already had 4 coffee breaks around, and everybody's told them, oh man, I made $2,800 last month. I made $3,600. I made $4,100. Oh, I made $1,800. I didn't clear my draw. I mean, you hear everything around the watering hole in the car business.
That is so true.
Yep.
So true.
And that's where you lose them. You lose them before you ever really had them.
So one of the big things that I know that has helped me is when you were doing your calls to the dealership, because my big thing was I'm not getting a phone call and hearing it. I want to be great on the phones. What do you suggest for the dealerships, or the not the dealerships, but the salesperson, to make them better on the phones?
I would set up a quiz for yourself that every time you're picking up the phone, that you want to find out 3 to 4 unique things about the customer that you're speaking with on the phone. And if you challenge yourself to find out 3 or 4 things that are unique about the consumer, you're going to start building rapport with them, because you are going to find common ground somewhere in there. And you're going to find a subject that you know a little bit about. And then it quickly goes from, hey, what's your best price, to, hey, man, hey, what's the real condition of this car? Are there any real dents? And then it's going to more of a friend conversation. And then you get the opportunity that you deserve, which is to turn around and give them a world-class experience looking at the car and making it about the car and making it about the experience. Because what I noticed on the panel here is I'm talking to 3 people that I know like to retail a lot of pre-owned vehicles, and there's not 2 vehicles alike. And so we know when we get the 120 miles down the road is $400 cheaper. What they don't realize is that one's also a $1,200 less sticker price than what this one is. And it's got a dirty Carfax. There's lots of pieces that you can go into. But once again, whenever you're answering questions, especially on a pre-owned vehicle, you've got to get curious. You'll hear me say that word curious a lot, because you have to ask a lot of questions. It's like a 5-year-old. My daughter asked 10,000 questions every single day. The talking has gone just through the roof. My other 3 children, nowhere near the same. But the questions and the curiosity, and it inspires me to make sure that I'm telling people to stay curious, because that's where you find your real answer that you're searching for.
Good answer. Good answer.
I like that one. Hey, one thing though, you mean there's other things to sell other than used vehicles? That confuses me.
Well, if you ask a bunch of corporate people, they'll tell you that the new cars, they come off the truck, they fall in the driveway.
Right. Right.
I wish it was quite that easy.
Oh, yeah, that would be amazing.
I want to kind of direct this in a little bit of a different direction. The biggest part, not the biggest part, but we've had a lot of this conversation about the salespeople, focusing on salespeople. But what about the changes in management and leadership that is needed? Because a lot of the faults of the salespeople leaving is because of lack of training from leadership, or expectations, as you said, are not being set.
Well, the stage has to be set. The role clarity has to be there. Here's the whole thing is when you go into a store, there's no process that people are following. And I encourage you, go in and find a written process in your store and ask for it. And so it's the blind leading the blind. So at the end of the day, and I explain it this way, in school, they don't teach financial literacy, because heaven forbid a teacher that makes $60,000 a year is teaching people financial literacy. It doesn't math. And teachers should make more money. So I don't want it to sit here and sound like a bash. But teachers, for what they make, they put out a lot of work for what they do. And so, it's you got to pay attention to the real pieces whenever you're looking at everything.
We do have a lot of leadership that listens in. What is one biggest piece of advice that you can give them from what you have seen? Because you go to dealership, you're also on social media. You see a lot of things that are getting posted, conversations that are being had. What is one big piece of advice that you could give to people in leadership?
When a salesperson comes to the desk, everything stops. Your lunch break, anything you're talking about, it is 911 situation, and that sales tower turns into a command center, and it has to be instantaneous. I mean, I'm telling you, you can't flinch. You can't finish a conversation. Can't finish a sentence. You have to stop, and then you have to also be airborne and not chairborne. You can't put the seatbelt on. You got to have the seatbelt off, and if you're not working a deal, you've got to be up. You've got to be present, because I tell you, it will make a huge difference. If your people see you walking the front lines with them, they will march to the front lines, and they will take the extra precautions they have to ensure that they get the metal across the curb. And but when you see them sitting behind the desk and oh, I need my Red Bull. Where's my latte? I mean, we know the difference. And so, I encourage everybody, you have to stay airborne and not chairborne.
So right now, I'll tell you right now, things are slow, right? It's been slow everywhere, not just here. And I can tell you right now, when you're doing good, you don't hear from management, you don't hear from ownership, you don't hear from nobody. But when we're not doing good, I get my manager saying, hit your VIN and stuff like that. I'm like, you want me to get like a gun? Okay, edit that out. You want me to get like a gun and like start telling me, hey, come buy a car? Like there's like it's been slow, okay, and the phone ups, it's just weird right now. I don't know if you feel Ace where you're probably training people out right now. How is it over there?
We're actually doing pretty well.
Okay, calm down.
But I mean, I'm sure Wes will agree with that. It also boils down to having things in your pipeline that you're constantly working, having, prospects, you're constantly prospecting, doing the social media, working the service drive, working referrals, and just constantly having something in the pipeline that's working.
Well, I mean, here's where people are missing it is they sell a person a car and they're married and they have kids, and all these people have cars and they don't call them and they don't check up on them. And you sure don't call and ask about the car, but you can call and ask about them. And there's other vehicles in a household. And I think people get really lazy. And when times are slow, your imperfections shine. We all know that right here. So, but what are you doing that's different and outside of the box? Are you going and stopping by a business and handing them a flyer and saying, hey, I can do friends and family for everybody that comes in here? Are you being proactive or are you being reactive? And that's what you have to ask yourself.
So let me ask you this. Now that we brought that topic up, about advertising yourself. So, like you said, taking a flyer, right? Where are you thinking more like insurance companies or like going to Walmart or like where do you advertise that?
Buddy,
Taking flyers out.
A Walmart, everywhere, all of the above. Go put it in a break room of another competing dealership for all I care. I mean, you want the word out to everybody.
Yes, just like how
Go to the truck stop, put it in the bathroom. I mean, put that thing everywhere.
yeah, that's kind of weird though to put it in the truck stop with your personal cell phone number, don't you think though?
Man, it's a Google Voice number. Come on.
Oh, you know what? You're totally right. You're totally right. And is that free?
It is free.
I'm gonna write that down. What's it called? Google what?
Google Voice.
See? Okay, Zach. I know you have something to say, Zach. You're just like kind of looking at me.
I'm just
No,
playing.
I'm
You
just
don't know what it is.
I'm just laughing because I put my personal cell phone number out and I put my social personal number out on social media just because I have my name for a reason. Uh, I enjoy the smoke that comes with it. It thrives me and drives me. I'm getting messages, and hey, not of all of them are comfortable, But that is what cracks me up, and I'm a different breed on that one. Having a backup number and having a Google Voice number is I've been told that's what I should get, but I'm like, nope, that number that's in my circle on my TikTok that goes right to my phone. It's sitting right here.
Well, it goes right to my phone as well.
Yeah.
But in my entire sales career, just so you know, because I don't want it to sound different, I did always have my personal cell phone number on there. And my personal cell phone number that I have today is the exact same number I had on day one of selling cars. I've never switched numbers, and I've always stayed true to that number. And I still, to this day, field and answer tons of phone calls from people that I sold cars to over the years. I still place car deals constantly from people that I took care of because I rolled out the red carpet and I called them. I mean, I was super regular about making sure that I contacted my customers all of the time because they have a choice to go anywhere. And I wanted to make sure that they didn't ever want to go anywhere.
So now that we're talking about following up with customers, let's say you sold a car today, Ace. What is your follow-up process? Like, let's say for a few days, how do you follow up?
So I'm going to call that night to make sure that everything went good with the car on their way home. If it's a late night deal, I'm not going to call them. I'll call them in the morning or I'll shoot them a text and just ask them, hey, want to make sure everything went okay. But I think in the first week, you need to touch them at least twice.
So phone calls, or do you just do text message?
Because
Or both?
it depends on how the customer communicated all the way through. So I want to meet a customer where they're at. If they were text heavy throughout the process, I'm probably going to text them. If they never texted back and they always picked up the phone and called, I'm going to call them. And that's where people miss the boat is they're going to do just what the CRM says. Oh, it says I need to send an email. And they'll send it, and this person never looks at their email. And so you did a wasted email. But you could have sat there and sent a text to them because that's how you communicated with them for 2 weeks putting the car deal together. And they would have gotten it, and they probably would have put a little heart on there, acknowledged it to let you know, hey, I saw that you cared back. But people just forget to meet customers where they're at because they want to do it the way they prefer instead of the way that the person paying their bills wants it done.
Another point that I do want to hit on, obviously, the four of us are very heavy on social media. What are some good things to post on social media? And what are some things that you want to avoid posting on social media?
I'm still finding the stuff that you want to avoid. I kind of get dicey in my videos. So you want to avoid anything that's talking about a payment. Unless you can advertise just a price on a car or you're wanting to, I would absolutely stay away from price on the car because that's a conversation starter whenever you show a car. At least they're picking up the phone to call you. I think that you do good content. I think you roll it. I think you have something authentic about yourself. I do think that you do something funny because that's a hook to bring people in. And then I think you also need to let people know what you do. The sleepy car girl on TikTok, if you watch what she was doing and doing the videos, I mean, I got addicted to watching that. And so you just have to sit there and watch trends and watch what produces and what doesn't produce because everybody's viewers and followers want something that's a little bit different. So it's hard for me to sit here and tell you, hey, you need to do this to be successful because everybody on here's already started to build their roadmap. And so you've already got people that are screaming and pushing for content. You just need to figure out what you're doing that brings the best return for you and the people that are watching, because ultimately that's why we do it.
So a little break on the car business side right now. I have a question for you, Wes. You said that you wanted to do your own podcast, but you want to do a little bit different. Do you want to share with our people of what you're cooking up?
So the one I want to do is I want to do it live and in person. I don't want to do anything that's digital. I want to catch people at conferences. And so I want to, when I'm going to a conference or something, I want to make sure that I can get 3, 4, 5 of them when I go, because I really only want to go to 3, maybe 4 conferences a year. I think anything more than that, and it's too much overload for me. But when I'm going to different stores, if I meet somebody that's just oddly unique and, authentic, and I love what they're doing, I'm going to stop and see if I can meet them at a coffee shop that night when they get off work. And I don't care if it's a porter, a salesperson, finance, GM, or owner. I don't care who it is. If you've got the it factor or something special about you, I want to talk to you. And so mine's going to be all over the place because it's going to be people that sit there and grab my attention when I'm in different places. That's who I'm going to interview.
Did you pick out a name yet? Or are you still on it?
No, I haven't picked out a name yet.
Can't be giving all his secrets away just yet.
Not all of them. Well,
A couple of them.
hopefully he comes to Wyoming. We can go to McDonald's and go eat ice cream. If the ice cream machine works, obviously, you never know. But if it does, I'm just
That
saying.
thing never works. I always want to McFlurry.
All I'm saying is I went the other night at like 1 o'clock in the morning and it was working.
Did you get one?
I did.
I'm so jealous.
I did.
I'm so jealous.
Zach, what else you got, Zach? You're closing your eyes over there, you're rolling those eyes. What you got?
So, I mean, obviously, we can talk about car business and all that fun stuff, but what is Wes's why? Why do you do what you do to keep driving?
Well, at first, it was all about the money. We'll call it what it is. That was what my why was. Being able to hop on a plane whenever I wanted to go fly to Vegas or take a week off and go to Hawaii. That was my why. I grew up with not very much. And so when I got the ability to start having something, I did what most people do. And, if I made 10 that month, I found a way to spend 15. And then I knew I had a $5,000 hole I had to make up the next month, and let's run at it. And so, but now, I mean, I've been married almost 13 years, got 4 beautiful kids, and that's my why now. And every day before I leave the house, I'll go and I'll see every kid before I leave. If they're in the house, they are at least getting the door open and me saying, I love you. Most of the time, I'm going to lean over and kiss their head, even though, my boys think they're too old for it now. Never know when that last goodbye is going to be. And so when I leave the door, I mean, I want to make sure I see them.
Love it. I love it. That's my why too. My 2.5-year-old boy. I mean, we never had much growing up either. My dad would pretty much spend all his money buying land in Mexico, and we never had like, let's go to Disneyland, let's go do this. Our vacation was, we're going to Mexico in December. We're gonna go eat some tortillas and some rice and beans while we're down there and stuff like that. So with me, with my wife, she likes to travel, and I'm not really good with airplane rides. So, but I'm starting to enjoy life a little bit more. I see life a little bit different now with my 2.5-year-old boy, and seeing the world, because for me California is a different world, right? Because I never left Wyoming. All it was is go to Mexico, come back, go to Mexico, come back. So that's the thing, is like, you know what? I need to make some money because we're going on vacation. We always try to go on vacation at least once, twice a year. We've been to California, we've been to Arizona, we've been to Texas. I mean, we've been South Carolina not just too long ago, right? So that's my why. And it's not about making all this money. It's about enjoying life. Because money comes and goes. Money comes and goes, you can have all the money in the world, but if you're not happy at the end of the day, it's for nothing. And you use. And I was talking to Wes earlier about of my dad. You can have all the money in the world, but when you become sick, it's all gone. You know what I'm saying? Life just goes poof. But like Wes said, enjoy every moment, kiss your kids, because you never know when it's going to be the last.
I mean, I didn't go to Hawaii until I was an adult. And I mean, my 5-year-old daughter's been twice, and my boys have been 3 times. And I mean, talk about a rough life. And so, but that's what I enjoy. I would rather watch my kids running up and down the beach or jumping into a wave, having fun doing what they love doing, digging a hole on the beach, making sandcastles, than I ever would hopping in a new Z06 Corvette. And as much as, if you know me, I love my Corvettes, but I'd never in a million years, I wouldn't give 2 shits about the Corvette compared to getting to watch that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
100%.
Anybody else have any other questions for my boy Wes?
I'm a bleacher dad too, man. I'm not the dad that's out yelling at their kids playing the sports. I just tell them I'll yank them out if they're not giving it 100% because I'm not going to sit there and watch them sell themselves short to somebody. I go, I'll pull you from a game if you're not sitting there giving 100%, but I'm not going to sit there and be the dad that's ever going to yell at you.
We're at that point, Wes. I mean, if we have any other questions, we'll definitely ask them. But what questions do you have for us?
Oh, so we get to flip the shit.
Yeah, now we're gonna flip
Mhm.
it a little bit. Now we're gonna flip and see, what questions you got for us.
Taylor, have you announced where you're going yet?
Yes, it is public knowledge.
Okay, so since it's public knowledge, I'll ask you now, why Lubbock, Texas? Why did you choose Lubbock?
So before I took a different opportunity, me and that person had already had a conversation prior before. And it was just like, timing didn't work out this time, but hey, maybe the next time. Some stuff happened. I no longer work for the place that I went to go for. And I reached back out to that person and they reached kind of back out to me and we talked and it just feels like it's the right move. I don't have any worry about making this move. I'm not in over my head making this move. I don't have any uneasy feelings about it. I have been so excited just to get my car and drive. It's all I've talked about all week is how excited I am ready to go.
No,
Like,
I love. I've known Josh for a long time. I think the world of him. We worked at two Toyota stores that were the two closest to each other. I mean, there wasn't another Toyota store closer to me than the one that he worked at. And I've known who he was over the years, and I've built a relationship with him here. And I mean, damn right, good dude. Damn right,
I'm
good.
so excited. So excited. I think I'm going to get on the road tomorrow and start driving that way. I'm so
I
excited.
I have family out there too, so if you need stuff, I got you out there too.
I appreciate it. I'm just super excited.
I would be too.
I
Slinging.
gotta, I gotta get some sleep though before I can drive that far.
Yes, you need to. I don't know when the hell you do sleep.
I don't.
I was about to say the same thing. She doesn't sleep. She does not. She was on live for 24 hours,
Zach's not much better.
and yet she did not go to bed until like 1 o'clock in the morning. Then the following day, maybe
I didn't.
two.
I didn't go to sleep last night either. I was up all night. I didn't go to sleep until 8 o'clock this morning. And I woke up at 10.
I'm pretty sure. Were you on live? I was about to say, I was pretty sure I saw you this morning,
I was on live until 5 o'clock this morning.
but I got up at 3:30 ish.
We were still going.
You know how you do it. I did it there for a while.
So now it's going to be Sign with Taylor, aka Taylor Benz.
I don't know if I want to change my name up because my name is now starting to become a more known name of just
I
Sign
would.
with Taylor.
I would not
So I don't want to change it.
continue to make the brand about you. The brand doesn't need to be about whatever fucking store you're at. The brand needs to be about the person that's curating everything, which is you.
Yes.
They're giving you a phone, a desk, and inventory to sell. You're giving you out to the world to be able to help assist get into a car. That's my sign language.
What's up, brother? What's up?
So, Danny, how long have you been in automotive?
I would say about 8 years.
About 8 years. Only sold? Have you tried management?
8. I have not.
Is it something that you're ambitious to want to do?
Here's the thing is like I've been wanting it so much that I think I kind of like been at that spot where it's like maybe it's not the fit for me, because if it was, I'd probably already be in that position. So I've kind of like steered me myself away from it because I'm not in it now. So, and I don't know if I ever will be, but that's the thing is like I think I've wanted so bad. It's like a kid wanting a candy bar, and then you finally give it to them, and it's like, nah, maybe I don't want the candy bar. So maybe, if I ever do get offered the position, it's like, you know what, maybe I don't want it no more because of the ambitions. But yeah, that's where I
Said
stand.
you've been through like 5 sales managers. So have you asked them the question, hey, why have I not gotten an opportunity? Have you been vocal about it?
I have, and the thing is, I think it's more, maybe they want someone that's already trained, right? Because the people that we've had, sales manager now have knowledge of being sales managers. So I think it's more like, you know, they don't want to train, or maybe I'm too good at selling cars. I will never know,
It's probably both.
or probably both. That's true. I'm trying to work social media into the store where I'm at now. I'm trying to, be on TikTok. I'm trying to find ways to get us out there more. Um, I'm just trying to find one motivation to do both my Danny Nissan and the dealership, and two, getting like support per se of doing it.
So are you the only one in your store doing it? No,
Yes.
your receptionist is doing it like rare. But
Well, she's not doing videos. She's actually helping me do videos. Um, which she's the one. She's like, "Hey, you said you were gonna do a video today, and we haven't done it." So she's actually pushed me a little bit more to do that. And I was like, "No, I already did a video. Like, it's okay." So it's like which I need to get her doing it more. Now the other Souls guy, his name's Jed. He's actually starting to go live with me, and we're like at each corner of the dealership. We're just talking nonsense, and so he's starting to get into. He's like he's 51, so he's starting to get more into the TikTok world. I think he's enjoying it.
man, I'll tell you, it gets pretty addicting. And I was the first person to tell you, I didn't think TikTok was ever going to be anything. I talked crap about it for a long time. And if I would have taken the approach back when I should have on TikTok, I mean, no telling where I'd be today. But I love the platform. TikTok, if it's on here, I love TikTok. Remember that. It brought amazing things for me so far. A lot of the connections that I've had have all come through TikTok. Most of the deals I've put together have come through TikTok. Very few have come through Facebook. I've done one through Instagram, and I have yet to do one from YouTube.
TikTok's where it's at.
What I've been seeing more is like with me, I haven't done any TikTok customers yet. My platform is I'm getting a lot from Facebook because I'm posting every single customer that I sell on Facebook, right? So then people see that it's like, hey, you sold this car, and he's actually my friend, and he's talked good about you. Now I want to buy a car, right? So I'm still trying to figure out my way into TikTok. Right now, it's more of my Facebook right now than TikTok for me. So Wes, question for you now that we talked about that. What would you recommend me do to get more engagement on TikTok?
Buddy, I'm still figuring that one out. But the big thing that a guy is teaching me is you've got to have the hook set in under 3 seconds. And man, have fun with it. Like, don't script it, just go have fun with it. I think that I get too uptight when I do my videos sometimes, which I think's brought me backwards a little bit. Every time that I watch a video it's like, man, I had fun doing that one. They seem to perform better. Just absolutely have fun. And with you shooting at the store, a lot of people get uncomfortable. They think, oh man, are they watching me do this? Man, 5 minutes after you're done doing it, they've already forgot you made the damn video.
That's true.
I
That's
record
true.
in airports and everything anymore. I don't care. I really don't care what anybody thinks about me. And once I taught myself that I'm not that damn important, man, the more fun I started having. Just tell yourself you're not that damn important.
So as we come to an end of this, Is there any other statements, pieces of advice, or any other information you would like to share to the listeners or ask the panel?
No, I just want to throw out for everybody that's watching this, man, you're getting an opportunity to get three completely different perspectives every single week that are firing different questions against one person that you're getting to take a lot of knowledge out of every single week. And you're getting it. This is Baskin Robbins 31 flavors right here. So if you are not watching this, if you are not following this and you stumbled on this, it's not on accident. This shit happened on purpose. So follow this link right now because I promise you, if you want to elevate your game, it's going to happen watching this podcast every single week as they interview an array of people.
Thank you for that. We really do appreciate it. And for everybody who's listening in or watching, please make sure you go and follow Ace in the Hole. Check out all of his stuff on all social media platforms. Wes is a great person. If you have questions as well, just send him a message. He'll respond back and help you as much as he can. As we are ending episode 3 of the dealership download, make sure you do go check out Crazy Car Sales Guy, Zach, Danny
Hello.
Nissan, and Sign with Taylor. I appreciate you guys listening in and tune in for episode 4.